On the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 14 yards. And that'll bring up a third.
The situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, but in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up the third down.
Back to throw, Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So it's our visitors who make the first dent in the scoreboard as they get 3 here on the initial drive of the ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to say who actually won that opening drive. On the one hand, anytime you come in as a road team and get an early lead, you're going to be thrilled. But at the same time, to have the ball as deep in enemy territory as they did and come away with only 3, that's got to be a little bit of a disappointment.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, looking left side, he's got it, complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. And here's a look at the starting offense. Second down now after the pass completion. Now Wilson on second down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the...
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third down.
Could be a blitzer.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Bart puts it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take players. Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Desmond Trufant has made a great reputation in a short amount of time in the NFL. A lockdown corner that most teams don't attempt to try.
The 25. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now they try the right side here. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find the ball and make sure just a portion of it crossed the plane of the goal line.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there, taking it in, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it is up, and it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Fielded at the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now here come the Ravens. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, That was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Let's see what they go to here on 3rd down and 6. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Newton to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Rob Gronkowski, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Tucker now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they'll run it here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. 1 quarter down here on a frigid December night. Plenty of... Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 4th down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Play action. Newton surveying the field. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
After review of the play, the line on the field is reversed.
From the 50, Newton. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they got 29 yards there. And it's good enough for a Baltimore 1st down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. On the move to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Red zone opportunity. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 2nd down, Wilson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to him right away because they have the matchup advantage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Third and long, it's Wilson. Finding time. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, here's Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 36 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Here's Newton now on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and it'll bring up third down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
They slot Gronkowski outright. Play action. It's Newton. He's got time. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football.
And he coughed it up. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Wilson. His throw incomplete.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Take it at the 37. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They slot Gronkowski outright. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And now they're in the hurry-up. A final shot before the break, Newton. And his throw is incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense. Automatic first down.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report. Here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Seahawks are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Ravens have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10, completion will be made here to a wide-open man, and he'll end up at the 35-yard line before being tackled. Sticking with the same drive, they'll go with the run here, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. That takes the lead up to 7. Ravens have it at the 12. Quick pass and completion is made here, and it's caught for the score. That puts them on top by 14. 3rd and long. He'll cough up the ball after the catch. Offense out now after the fumble. He'll check out to the right on the run, and this 2-play drive goes for a TD. Ravens up now by 21. But not before getting to the 12-yard line. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. For the second half kickoff, let's get you back up to Seattle and Brandon Guy.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They'll come out in the pistol. They run the counter now on first down. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 3rd down.
They come out here in the eye. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now it's Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Wilson out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 4. And just like that, it's third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Deep drop. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And here's the Ravens defense as they head back out there now. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. They said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And this is incomplete.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. To throw is Newton. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It goes as a pickup of 23. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st down. And here are the numbers, Charles. And you and I, over a nice egg and cheese biscuit this morning at the hotel, we read that huge article in the paper about him wanting to flush last week. He's flushed it.
Yeah, he let it go entirely. And the reason he's able to do that is because he's so strong mentally. Every time something goes wrong, he never attributes it to himself. He knows that he's better than that and knows a way to bounce back. And we've seen that talent just come to the front. And by the way, nice order on the egg and cheese biscuit.
I was just a little embarrassed that you took the bacon off.
No.
Was that doctor's orders?
Only reason.
And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Second and goal from the 5. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Ravens add on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's at least
on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind. But he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
They'll come out in the pistol. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he comes back with 1 complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards, and Charles, the defender, needs to know to stop there.
We've been talking about it for years. You essentially get 1 step after the quarterback throws his pass. Anything close to that or beyond that, you're going to get flagged.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They give him 15 more, and it's another 1st down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
1st and goal from the 5. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a 2nd game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the defenses they would see would present great opportunities for big-time runs. We're not getting that so far. I don't know if it's the game plan or if they're just being overwhelmed by the defense they're facing.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Green alone out to the right. On 3rd and goal, Wilson surveying the field. Great protection. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding offense.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And the confidence from last week.
They were going to really struggle running the football. I thought that they had a real challenge on their hands, and they more than met it and created big-time openings that he just absolutely hurdled through. And they figured, why not? Let's carry it forward this week. Again, the same thing. All the blocking schemes are there. I think they've really done a great job. That B gap between the guard and the tackle has been there all game for them, and they continue to exploit it.
He's just going downhill.
Not only downhill, but with incredible, incredible force.
So certainly something to watch here as Newton is now out. And they'll hand things over to their backup quarterback and task him with preserving this lead.
But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Green alone out to the right.
We got three.
Now Wilson on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Offense. Still third down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
On third down, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now it's Peterson. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Green 39! Green 39! Over! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit!
On play action, they'll throw. He's got time in the pocket. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man,
big
a huge
boy.
man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Over! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Leopard!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Finding time. Still back there. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call.
He's got time. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
4 down, check, 4 down. Here we go now. Blue 90. No, check, Patriot.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. On the return is Peterson. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night.